It was made for them to be able to hustle it. They empowered the women over the men intentionally so that family will be destroyed.
Right.
There is no family if the head of the house ain't running the house.
But to be devil's advocate,
running the house, it's not going to be a family.
Well,
it's going to be an emotional gathering.
But why do you think they do stuff like, first thing they do was go over there and make sure that we want to liberate women. We want to make sure they're educated. Blah, blah, blah. They're trying to get the men out. Think about it. If you look at what, and not trying to whatever, but white people have done that everywhere they went. Everywhere they went, they would mate with the women, and half of the time, like with the slaves, they would actually physically rape the male slaves in front of the females, and it would give the females. If you go back to slavery, the women wanted to give their daughters up to the slave master so the slave master could have kids. The kids would get treated better because they'd be mixed, and the daughters would have a chance to raise a child that could go on to be something. If you raised me during slavery, I would just go out in the field when I got big enough, and that's all I would be. If you had one of those mixed children, though, they actually had a chance to stay in the house. They actually had a chance to go on to college. So they took more pride in having the children from the master.
Right.
So we've been sold a bill of goods. We believe that black women were just raped abundantly at that time. Actually, no, they weren't. They were giving themselves because they felt like their children had a better chance at a better life. And another thing that's bothering us as black community is the abuse. We all grow up with this idea of our mama whooped our ass and it was funny. Look, I'm grown now and look how it turned out. But that abuse is something that was also passed down during slavery. The women would beat their own kids so that the master wouldn't have to, because they thought the master would beat them and could possibly kill them. So the women took that power from the master and was like, well, we'll discipline them ourselves. That's why black women are quick to fight and beat their children. You notice that?
Her name is Carol Chapman. Just asked Zoe Williams, why is everything always the black woman's fault? If men would step up and be men, there wouldn't be so many broken homes.
I can't wait to answer that. Anybody want to go? Because I got to kill it.
Go for it.
Hey, and if anybody else follow me on Facebook, Twitter, hit me with a question. I'll get back.
Let me answer that. I don't even know if I said this before, but it comes to me as soon as I heard it. Black women have teamed up with Caucasian men to bring the world to a motherfucking end. And if I thought they didn't know what they was doing, I would be more empathetic. But you know that it makes no sense for most of the hood, the women to have cases on the men. When black women have cases on black, you have teamed up with this animal.
They call their white daddy
Call
on
this
them.
Right, this animal. All them kids in the motherfucking street who got killed in Chicago and other cities, I'm telling you, they fathers are not allowed around the house because of some stupid shit they got to do with a white man coming into the house and saying, we will grab that nigga and make him do what you say. And because niggas not gonna do what you say, bitch, the family is broken. Because niggas is not gonna be, no strong man is gonna be in the house with a bitch that's basically trying to run him. Right. Even if you ain't got a dime in your pocket, if this your woman and you her man, y'all trying to be fair, bitch, you can't run me. I'm a motherfucking man. So what these sisters do, they run to the popo, because that's the number they call 911. Get a nigga. And you motherfucking have teamed up with this motherfucking beast to destroy the community. The community is destroyed. But ignorant bitches team up with the Caucasian people to destroy the world. That's basically, in my opinion, what you just said. Do you agree? I don't know. Ignorant bitches who don't know. Like, that shit you said is some shit that a college-educated woman should have figured out. But she don't give a fuck about nothing but herself.
And a lot of black men who are in the system have been put in the system due to what? Usually a woman. How about this? If you're a woman, you have 3 kids. You couldn't afford to pay for the other 2 you had when you had the first one. But you have no threat of what? Jail. You have no threat of even being homeless with those 3 kids. They will find you somewhere to live. If you're a man and you have 1 child, Bella can take care of it, and then you have 2 more, where will you go?
You want to jail.
Right, so you get helped by the system while men get put in the system. We have a system that allows these women, so these women have realized, I don't need a black man. That's why they run around saying independent.
It's systematic unaccountability.
Yes.
They are conditioned to not be accountable.
Women.
I mean, I hear you, Zoe. I think women are aware of that and take advantage of that.
Yes.
Some.
You think some. Do you think it's the majority? Because I would say
it was a majority. No, you're
I would
right,
say
you're
at
right.
least 90%.
No, you're right. But I'm glad you
mature,
said
realized-
women, Corey. You didn't say black woman. You said a woman.
I'm talking about women.
Women.
Exactly.
A
There
fully
you go.
mature, realized woman knows. I am.
That she's
Big
gonna be
Mama
protected. Yeah.
knew. Your granddaddy gonna be home shortly. Don't say a motherfucking thing to him for at least an hour and a half. Let him wind down. I'm gonna get him his food. Then y'all go ask him whatever. A mature woman knows how to change the environment just by the tone of her voice. She can sense what's happening and go, oh, this dude is not right today. Let me figure out another way. What we got is spoiled brats who were raised by wounded hearts that only know how to fucking pass down unforgiveness as a transgenerational gift. That's all we got.
I almost come to tears. If you are a woman that I recognize, and I don't know if that's right or not. I mean, when I meet you, I always give you respect in the beginning.
Right.
I let you hang
Show
yourself with me.
Right.
I don't just start out, fuck you, bitch, even though I might be thinking it. Look at this funky bitch. But I'm still like, how are you? How are you? How are you doing?
That's true. That's true, Corey.
But when I recognize you as a productive member of the human race as a woman, when I recognize you as somebody who goes out her way to try to make her man have peace of mind as he goes out his way for you and works to take care of the family, because there's a lot of men out here have provider's anxiety. They got so much shit that can't go wrong, or they know the shit will collapse, and they find ways. They basically work themselves to death. They die earlier than they would from busting their ass. Women who I feel like recognize and appreciate a man, it ain't nothing that I won't do for you. I'm smart enough to peep you out when I'm around you too.
Right.
But bitches ain't shit. I want everybody to know that. And you know if you a bitch. You
Exactly.
ain't
There you go.
shit.
Exactly.
You destroy the world with them
How
white
did you
people.
get in this situation, Terrell Owens? Chad Johnson? Because you grew up and nobody wants to hear it. The ratchet bitch you first saw was your mama.
And they gotta realize a ratchet
Nobody
bitch
wants
just
to
ain't
hear that
from the
shit.
hood.
Yeah.
Just like black people don't want to hear Jesus Christ was taught to you by your oppressors. Motherfuckers do not want to hear that shit, what you said.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? We got to take a
Molded
break.
his children to become whatever it is that they are. That's why most black men run around yelling, "Mama." They love their mama regardless.
Anthony Hamilton?
You got Tupac. Tupac said one of the craziest lyrics and nobody questions it. Even though you was a crack fiend mama, you always was a black queen mama. That's an all-absolving line right now. That's why most women, when they receive a child, become queen status. You can't even say anything bad about a woman with a child. Matter of fact, black women will make fun of another woman who's 30 without a child. They will ask her if there's something wrong with her. So you got to think about it. If we live in a society, us as minority and especially blacks, where we have given people who have not achieved anything the higher standing. We make fun of a black dude that says, when I was in college and in high school, I was one of the smartest brothers around. Made a perfect score on the SAT in '93. You can Google it. I had to hide it because the dudes wasn't trying to hear that, and the girls wasn't trying. There ain't nobody giving up ass for that dude. They just ain't. I thought the nigga that made. They ain't doing that. So we have learned to be ratchet, men and women. We've learned it. You got people like Plies and people like 2 Chainz, intelligent brothers. You ever talk to them and talk to both of them when they wasn't talking about their music and stuff? Dudes is giving you like the 14-digit down on pi and stuff. Mic come on, light come on. They are, yes, we are catering to the lowest common denominator every day in society.